So a crypto wallet shows an investor made an $8,000 Shiba Inu coin purchase last year, and today it is worth $5.7 billion. Okay? Imagine if you put 8 grand, which is lower than some people's emergency funds, into basically a meme, and the meme turns you into a billionaire. How crazy is that? But let's get right into this story. So, in what's being dubbed the greatest individual trade of all time, a crypto investor turned about $8,000 into about $5.7 billion by buying trillions of Shiba Inu coin shortly after it debuted. The series of trades began in August 2020 when the investor bought about 70 trillion Shiba Inu coins, according to their associated crypto wallet. Shiba Inu coins began trading on August 1st, 2020, and the investor took note that day and made their first Shiba Inu purchase, buying about 70 billion coins. And about the time of the investor's $8,000 purchase, Shiba Inu coins were trading at about 0.000000000189, and today the cryptocurrency is trading at about 0.00007941, which represents a swift 14-month gain of more than 7 million%. So the crypto wallet now owns more than 13% of the total supply of the Shiba Inu coin, which has a total circulating supply of 549 trillion coins, according to CoinMarketCap. Now, if you want to talk about a whale, that is a whale. So Shiba Inu's unlikely rise has catapulted the meme-inspired cryptocurrency to a total market valuation of nearly $45 billion, eclipsing Dogecoin and becoming the 9th most valuable cryptocurrency as of Thursday morning. So the move higher has been a head-scratcher for many investors who see Shiba Inu coin as nothing more than a joke based on another cryptocurrency known as Dogecoin, which itself was created to make fun of other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ether. Now, whether the 70 trillion Shiba Inu coin holder will be able to liquidate their holdings without tanking the price remains to be seen, but for now, they're holding. Now, here's the thing, right? Let's say that if you are this whale, right? Number one, if I didn't already, I would sell enough to where I could be financially good no matter what, right? And that varies depending on each person. But let's just say that you were to sell enough for like $5 million after taxes, you could secure that, right? You could just purely secure that $5 million, right? And you're set for the rest of your life, basically, depending on where you live and how you spend your money. You're set, right? Well, then you could just hold and see if you could get it up to that 0.1 cent, right? Like the 1 cent for the Shiba Inu coin price. You could be a massive whale holding all these coins and seeing basically what's going to happen. Or what this individual could do, I'm not suggesting that they do it, but this is something that they could do, is try to liquidate every single coin right now, right? It crashes the price all the way down to extremely low numbers, because this is like 13% of the market, right? It's going to cause a massive dip. It's going to freak a lot of people. It's going to crash the coin like crazy, right? And again, I'm not saying that they should do this, but I'm just saying that they could. And the coin is just going to go down and down and down and down and down, right? To the point where it's going to be very, very cheap. And this individual could, again, just buy a whole bunch of coins at a super massive discount to then bump it back up because he's a massive whale or she's a massive whale. And, well, bam, you could just keep on doing this, right? Or what I would do is just literally liquidate everything right now, pay the taxes, all that kind of stuff, right? Put money into the bank and other investments that are a little bit more secure, more stable, buy a couple houses, that kind of stuff, right? And then start finding other cryptocurrencies that are altcoins that have the potential to do something similar. Not exactly the same, because it'd be very rare to find something exactly the same as Shiba Inu and its massive rise in such a short amount of time. But if this person was able to actually get access to the $5 billion plus dollars, but after taxes maybe like $2-3 billion, right? The amount of money that they could funnel into all these different types of altcoins and stock market or stocks and stuff, that they could basically just like be massive whales in each of these like coins or stocks that are priced pretty low, or be involved in IPOs. They could like grow this $3 billion after taxes, roughly, all the way up to, Jesus, who knows? Maybe 100 billion, maybe 500 billion, depending on how they play it. And that sounds like crazy, but I mean, think about it. They literally turned $8,000 into $5 billion, right? Like, just think about how crazy that actually is, right? And imagine if you were to make an investment like this, right? But here's the thing, right? Just because this person was able to do this, right? You should only be doing something so risky like this if you're in the financial position to do it. Because I'm assuming this person probably did not need this $8,000, which is why they're like, hey, let me just like bet this and see what we can do with this thing, right? Like, that's the way you should be thinking. It's like, okay, like, hey, this is fun money. This is money that I'm 100% okay with completely losing, and we can see what ends up happening to this thing, right? Because no matter who you are, right, there was and still is a massive risk in investing into cryptocurrencies, and investing into cryptocurrencies specifically like Shiba Inu, right? Who knows? Shiba Inu might actually be able to get to that 1 cent price point, right? Or it's going to get to the point where people hype up Shiba Inu coin so hard to reach such a high peak where potentially it could get almost to that 0.01 price point, right? And right before it actually ends up getting it, people buy in with like mortgaging out on their house, you know, basically doing like reverse mortgages and all that kind of stuff so that they could buy in and all that. Maybe put all the money that they save for their kids' college fund and then like stick it into Shiba Inu right before it hits the 1 cent to try to still, you know, make it before they miss out and end up losing every single dime, right? And that's the risk that people need to understand, even now, right? Like, you could technically still probably make money investing into Shiba Inu, right? But you also still run the risk of losing money by investing into Shiba Inu, right? You don't know with this thing, right? So if you do want to get involved in Shiba Inu, do it to where it's more of something that is fun and not something that you try to justify as a sound investment, right? Like, if you want to get involved in it, just don't eat out for like the next couple of weeks and justify putting that amount of money that you would have spent going out to eat into Shiba Inu just for the fun of it, right? That's the way to really think about it. Not like, hey, this is like a great investment. I am totally going to make I'm going to be basically guaranteed a return on this. No, that is not the case. But it is something that you could potentially make a lot of money or potentially lose pretty much everything, right? Because a lot of people do not know this, but crypto coins can technically get to literally 0.00 infinity, meaning nothing. It can literally mean and worth basically nothing, right? Not basically, like, it could literally be worth nothing. Not just like the 0.00000, whatever it is. It could literally be worth nada. So you got to be very careful when it comes to any investment, right? But if you, again, do want to get involved in Shiba Inu, have fun with it, right? Don't take it too seriously. Just be like, hey, I want to put like $20 in here and make it think basically on, like along the same lines of like basically a lottery ticket, right? Like, hey, you know what? I'll stick $20 in here and see what happens, right? You know? And heck, if people end up like stumbling upon this episode, right? And if for some reason this video gets, I don't know, like 1,000 views or something, or like, I don't know, 100 likes. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, but if it gets, let's just say like if it gets like 1,000 views on this episode randomly, right? I'll put like whatever, like 20, 50, or maybe even $100 into Shiba Inu just for the fun of it. Because again, this is the thing that you got to understand. This should just be something viewed as for fun. And also you got to think about it too. This literally already did what it was supposed to do, which was kill Dogecoin, right? This literally beat the market cap of Dogecoin already, which was the goal originally. It literally did that. So keep that in mind. But I still think it's a pretty fun concept, right? And heck, like it would have been super cool to actually even know about this coin like a year ago. Dropped like a couple $100 in there just for the fun of it, like a lottery ticket. Was just basically cash that I could just burn, or anyone could just burn and not really care about, and end up becoming like a multi-millionaire slash billionaire in less than a year. Like that'd be super fun, right? And heck, if you guys got, like, if you stumble upon this, if you got any like recommendations for super random altcoins, feel free to give your thoughts as well, because that'd be pretty interesting as well. But the thing is, again, if you want to get involved into things like this, into really bets like this, think of it as more of something to do in the form of fun and not really anything serious, right? Think of it like, hey, you know what? I'll get involved. I'll put $20 here, or I'll put $100 here, or heck, I'll even put like $1,000 here. If I will not be financially affected if I were to lose every single cent of that, right? It's like the same concept of if you were to go to Las Vegas and gamble, right? Whether it be playing poker or playing slots, you would only use money that you are 100% sure that you're just going to basically lose, right? Because no matter what, the odds are stacked against you, right? Like, that's the thing you got to really understand. The odds are stacked against you, so only do these things for fun, because if it does pay off, you're like, yeah, it pays off. Now I can buy a whole bunch of like Monster Energies or whatever, or buy a bunch of houses as if I'm like a billionaire, right? Or I could just be like, oh, I lost like $20. Okay, no big deal, right? That's like one fill up at the gas pump, right? That's the way to really look at these things. And by the way, if you end up stumbling upon this, feel free to like give your viewpoint on Shiba Inu. Are you an investor into Shiba Inu? Are you betting that Shiba Inu will be 1 cent, even $1, right? Who knows, right? No one really knows what's going to end up happening with Shiba Inu, right? It could go on like a bull run this whole bloody rest of the year, or it could just crash tomorrow. Like, we don't know, right? But if you have some Shiba Inu coin, type Shiba Inu in the comment section if you're invested into it, and say how much you actually have, how many coins you actually have of Shiba Inu, because I think that'd be pretty interesting to see how many people are actually putting money into this coin, why they are putting money into this coin. Do they think it's like an easy way to make money? Do they believe that it's just going to be a fun thing? They just kind of like the concept of it. They like the idea of basically a meme of a meme of a meme. Either way, it'd be pretty interesting. See you in future episodes. Feel free to give your thoughts. But either way, just do this stuff for fun.